When was the first time you became pregnant with Diddy's child?
The first time was October 2014.
Okay, so this was like what, a year after?
No, not a year, but because I met him in February and then I got pregnant in October.
Oh, so the same year.
The same year.
Okay, and you mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, you're gonna get an abortion, right? And then I was like, I don't know. I don't know yet. And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him.
Things just got real wild out here. Because Young Miami straight up blasted Gina Huynh for allegedly passing an STI to Diddy, and she did not come to play. She hopped online and let the shots fly like fireworks on the 4th of July. Miami basically tossed the whole matchbook and walked away like it was a movie scene. Some real waiting to exhale vibes. According to her, Gina didn't just pass something to Diddy. She knew what she was doing and then had the nerve to keep showing off like she's all good. Miami made it sound way deeper than drama. This ain't just gossip. This could be risky business. And when people thought it couldn't get any messier, Miami kicked it up another level. She started hinting that Gina's been bouncing around from one rich dude to the next, living that high life behind designer bags, yacht trips, and all expenses paid vacays. It's giving secret life unlocked. Now folks on the internet are in full-on meltdown mode, and Diddy, not even blinking. If Miami's out here spilling this kind of tea and he's staying silent, either he's got some serious dirt to hide, or he knows something's about to explode big time. Whew! This ain't just drama. This is a whole ticking time bomb. Let's get into the mess. It's not cooling off at all. If anything, things are heating up like a pressure cooker ready to pop. And this time, Miami isn't just tossing shade. She's making straight-up accusations that got the whole internet buzzing. Now you've probably already heard the whispers. Rumors been swirling for months that Diddy might have been carrying around an STI and possibly passed it on to some folks in his inner circle. The talk picked up, especially after a few cryptic posts from people who used to be tight with him. But now, Miami just poured gas on that fire by pointing the finger directly at Gina. Yep, she's basically hinting that Gina could have been the one who gave it to Diddy in the first place. She ain't even being low-key about it. It's like she's saying Gina was the source, the one who kicked this whole thing off. If that's really the case, that's a huge claim, especially considering how many women Diddy's been connected to during that time. From Gina to Miami herself, and a few others who've either spoken out or been seen around him, it starts to sound way more believable. People been side-eyeing those overlapping hookups, secret NDAs, and now this bombshell. Yeah, it's looking messy. And don't forget, Saucy Santana's ex even threw out a very similar hint not too long ago. It might not have been aimed directly at anyone, but the moment it hit the internet, people started raising eyebrows like crazy.
Hi, Gina, how you doing? I have a quick question for you. You think Diddy's gonna win this trial? Before you go, I just what I want to know. If Diddy does win this trial, do you think your life will be threatened in any kind of way?
No.
You don't think so? You think everything will be safe? Because the girl Aubrey O'Day, she said that if Diddy wins, she's gonna leave the country.
I mean, he never did anything dangerous to me. I'm not scared.
You're not scared? Okay, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Okay.
Now that Young Miami is out here dropping bold claims and what she's calling receipts, it's all starting to link together in the messiest, most chaotic way. And wait till you hear this part, because in a wild social media rant that's been making the rounds, Saucy Santana's ex, Chef D, came swinging. He straight up said Santana had an STI, and he didn't just say it once and keep it moving. No, he came with alleged proof and name-dropped like he had nothing to lose. He even hinted at test results and added just enough juicy details to let folks know he wasn't pulling this out of thin air. Whether he was being messy or spilling truth, that's still up for debate, but the timing of all this got people connecting dots and side-eyeing everything. And it doesn't stop there, because Santana's name ain't the only one being dragged into these STI rumors. Even Cassie's caught up in the madness now. According to court documents, an escort once sued her, claiming she allegedly gave him something during one of those infamous wild parties with Diddy. Yeah, it's giving scandal on top of scandal. The man at the center of this wild claim, his name is Clayton Howard, but in the streets, folks know him as Dave, the name he reportedly uses when running his escort game. And if you've been keeping up with Diddy's legal drama, then yeah, you've probably heard that name pop up more than once. Now, Dave never got on the stand to testify, but his name still slid into the spotlight when they started digging through Cassie's old messages. According to him, Diddy and Cassie didn't just use him, they allegedly exploited him in the middle of their twisted, toxic relationship that apparently got real dark and violent behind the scenes. In court documents, Dave claimed they pressured him into taking substances and doing things without protection. And one part of his story is just disturbing. He said Cassie allegedly made him touch himself for hours until his skin was peeling and scabbing. That's not just wild, that's traumatic, but it gets even messier.
In the beginning, like the first 3.5 years, he was, the first 3-4 months, he was really nice. But then after that, he started being an asshole. So like I say, like the first 3.5 years, he was like mean to me.
Dave also claimed Cassie got pregnant during this whole saga. And in another report, it came out that he hit both Diddy and Cassie with a lawsuit, dropping even more shocking accusations. That includes Cassie allegedly giving him an SDT and forcing herself on him while she was on her period. Now, here's the thing. When you look at how many people connected to Diddy romantically have been tied to the same kind of STI claims, it's hard not to see a pattern forming. Between the overlapping flings, hush-hush hookups, and court receipts stacking up, it's getting harder and harder to brush this off as coincidence. Now here's where things go off the rails, because Young Miami, who used to ride hard for Diddy, is no longer keeping it cute or quiet. Instead of staying loyal, she's now out here adding major heat to the drama by straight up calling Gina out, claiming she's the one who allegedly infected Diddy in the first place. Yup, according to Miami, Diddy might have just been the middleman. She's saying Gina was the one who allegedly set this whole thing off, like the spark that triggered a chain reaction. And when you think about how many people Diddy was allegedly messing with at the same time, yeah, it definitely starts to sound a little too real. Now let's be honest for a sec, there's never been any love between Gina and Young Miami. These two been locked in a cold war for years, and at this point, it's not even shade. It's full-blown beef. They've traded slick jabs, posted subliminals, and made sure the world knows it's personal. What's even wilder is that it's never been like this with other women in Diddy's life. Remember when he had a baby with Dana Tran? Neither Gina nor Miami came for her, not even once. So this drama clearly ain't just about Diddy, it's about them too. And according to Young Miami, Diddy wasn't even the only one Gina was getting close with. Miami is now claiming that Gina had a whole lineup of dudes bankrolling her lifestyle, paying bills, covering trips, and keeping her dripped out in diamonds. So while Diddy might have been the main course, he sure wasn't the only thing on the menu. Miami's basically accusing Gina of juggling multiple men at the same time and throwing out the idea that any of them could have been the one who brought that alleged STI into the picture. She's flipping the script and suggesting that it might have started with Gina and Diddy just got caught up in the storm. And let's be real. It wouldn't even be shocking if Gina was seeing other men, because Diddy was out here doing the exact same thing. Everybody knows he had his hands in more than one cookie jar, Young Miami included. But now that STI rumors are flying everywhere, the focus has shifted from cheating to who's really responsible for what. Thing is, Gina's always moved real quiet when it comes to her private life. She's kept her so-called sponsors and sugar daddies way under the radar. But now, Miami's calling names and dropped a major one. Chris Brown. Yep, she said Gina had Chris Breezy on her roster too. What? Now, Gina and Chris haven't said a word about this, but they have been spotted together more than once, and suddenly, folks are putting the pieces together. So get this, Chris Brown reportedly flew Gina out to Europe, had her chilling on set, and the whole vibe screamed soft launch couple. But according to Young Miami, it wasn't no love story. It was all business. She claims it was straight up sugar baby dealings, not romance. And the second the internet started piecing it all together, Chris allegedly cut her off and dipped quick before things got too messy. But Miami wasn't done stirring the pot just yet, because then she dropped an even wilder claim. She's now saying that Gina betrayed Diddy in one of the worst ways possible by allegedly linking up with some of his enemies. Miami didn't name names, probably on purpose, because let's be real, Diddy just barely dodged a major legal bullet and the feds are still watching his every move like hawks.
Still, even without names, the message was loud and clear. Gina wasn't just entertaining side flings. Miami says she was allegedly messing with folks that had serious beef with Diddy. And it gets deeper, because Miami also claimed that Gina was feeding Diddy's ops insider info for money.
Tell me some of the things that he would say to you.
He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one and she's the good one.
And he was with both of you guys at the same time.
Yeah.
Yup, selling him out from the inside.
If that's even half true, we're not just talking about some messy love triangle anymore. This is betrayal on a whole other level. Greed, revenge, secrets. This story got it all. No wonder people are looking at Gina sideways now, questioning just how deep she was really involved in Diddy's world. But wait, there's more. Miami also reminded folks that Gina was the first woman to publicly accuse Diddy of DV. In an interview with Tasha K, Gina opened up about how Diddy allegedly put hands on her. So if anyone knows the dark side of Diddy's empire, it just might be her. But of course, it didn't end there. In that same jaw-dropping interview, Gina dropped another bomb. She claimed she got pregnant by Diddy twice, and both times he allegedly pressured her to end the pregnancies. That alone had folks gasping, but the timing of it all made things even crazier. See, right before Diddy's federal trial kicked off, the streets were buzzing with rumors that Gina was set to testify as victim number 3 in the case. It wasn't just gossip either. Real reports said federal prosecutors had Gina lined up as one of their 4 key witnesses. But then, she vanished out of nowhere. This wasn't just some blog rumor. Prosecutors themselves admitted that one of their star witnesses might not show up. And once folks started digging, even more receipts came up saying that just weeks earlier, this same victim 3 had already agreed to testify. She was supposedly prepped, ready, and was planning to take the stand under full anonymity. And her testimony? It wasn't going to be light. Court documents said she was prepared to tell the jury that Diddy allegedly assaulted her. And with charges like the ones he was facing, her words could have been the final blow, the thing that sealed his fate. By then, Gina and Diddy's entire situationship had already run its course. So when whispers started that she was about to flip and testify, but then, out of nowhere, Gina completely switched up her story. After publicly detailing what she allegedly went through with Diddy, she suddenly backtracked and claimed he never laid a hand on her. The flip was so hard, it left folks confused and side-eyeing the whole situation. People started whispering about coercion, because how do you go from spilling the tea in interviews to acting like none of it ever happened? Something definitely felt off. But even with that backpedal, it did nothing to cool things down with young Miami. If anything, Miami seems to still have that same smoke for Gina. And let's not pretend this beef came out of nowhere. Anybody remember that wild moment when Miami hit Twitter and publicly threatened to make Diddy force Gina into a freak-off? That post had the internet shook. It was one of those tweets that had people doing double takes. So yeah, after everything that's gone down, let's hope Miami knows better now than to make those kind of out-of-pocket threats again. But don't get it twisted. That doesn't mean she's giving Gina a pass. Not at all. The shade, the tension, the accusations. It's still thick, and Miami's clearly not done with her yet. Instead of backing down, it looks like young Miami just switched up the game plan. She's now accusing Gina of allegedly passing around STIs like party favors. Yeah, you heard that right. This ain't just messy tweets anymore. It's starting to feel like a calculated takedown. And when you factor in all the chaos surrounding Diddy's bedroom drama lately, the timing of Miami's attack, that's not a coincidence. She's putting it all out there, loud and bold. And it looks like she's trying to defend Diddy while flipping the spotlight hard onto Gina. But if you thought the war between Miami and Gina Huynh was finally dying down, think again. Miami didn't just throw shade. She lit the whole internet on fire. From explosive STI allegations to sugar daddy secrets and betrayal claims that sound straight out of a crime movie. This wasn't just a petty drag. It was a full-blown takedown. And what's even crazier, Gina hasn't said a single word back. That silence, it's screaming. Either she's plotting her comeback, or she knows once those receipts start flying, there's no saving face. But one thing is crystal clear. Miami's not finished, not by a long shot. If Gina even breathes wrong, she better watch out. Because Miami's locked, loaded, and ready to unleash. This ain't just beef. It's personal, and whatever comes next might just blow the roof clean off. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. Because this drama, it's far from over. Catch you in the next one.